I'm quite familiar with taking photos and posting them on Instagram or Facebook, but PhotoVoice as a way to express my story or views on mental health was a very new concept for me. It's been a way that to sort of tell the community that it's okay to share these perspectives and it's okay to share your own lived experience, and there are ways by which you can do that.
Well, the PhotoVoice project started in 2018, and it was a project that we thought was going to be such an exciting initiative through a way of bringing together women from South Indian backgrounds and also talk about their experiences and target it in a way that would be culturally and, of course, linguistically appropriate.
So with the typical PhotoVoice workshop or discussion, we encourage participants to show up, bring the photographs, and then talk about what's the story behind that photograph. What led to that particular situation? What are the causes? But also, what can be done? Sometimes when we have conversations with people from culturally, linguistically diverse backgrounds and the community leaders, sometimes there's a confusion with those terms, mental health, wellness, and mental illness. A lot of the prejudice or the stigma about mental health can be addressed by powerful stories. There's a role for statistics and publications and campaign messages. But for communities, particularly people who are marginalized, it's about hearing from people who look like them, seeing people who look like them, talk about mental health issues.
I have certainly learned a lot. Firstly, this project has been a way to, teach me another communications tool around sharing my lived experience, but it's also been a fantastic way to meet such a diverse group of other South Asian women that were so brave to share their own stories. Yeah, so it was really great to be at the exhibition last year. It was a really fantastic opportunity to showcase the photos that we'd put together, and it was a great opportunity also to, to advocate for our community. I do hope that we had, in some way shaped some sort of policy response or ongoing strategy around support for culturally and linguistically diverse communities.
If there's a message that I have for organizations about using PhotoVoice, is think of preparing a plan for the recommendation from a policy perspective. That it's really, this is not about a public relations exercise to show photographs and have an exhibition. It doesn't stop there. One of the participants, Viji, from a Tamil background, found out about nominations for the Embrace Multicultural Mental Health Project. And she put herself forward and she's been selected. So on that level, we can see somebody who's participated and gone from a participant to now somebody who can influence change.
In my community, mental illness is a taboo subject. Nobody talks about it due to the stigma attached to it. Both my mother and my sister had mental illness. Participating in this project has invigorated me and made me realize that I have the knowledge, experience, and the ability to advocate for better mental health services. And there is a great need for my work to continue as a living tribute to the memory of my mother and my sister.
When we asked them to share their stories, we saw that there was similarities. The stories may be different, but the emotions, the feelings, the experiences that they've had, the things that they've kept to themselves and thought that they couldn't share with others. One of the wonderful moments that we had was when we did the workshop where they had to share their stories. We asked them to have 10 photos, aside from the 2 photos that was exhibited. We had them talk about the 10 photos that was part of their themes. And they were talking about it. Afterwards, they all came together and said, we asked them, why don't we all just come together and give ourselves a hug? And that hug took a long time. They were hugging each other and they're crying, and there was this sense of release and acceptance. We're not alone in this. And that was the wonderful journey that we saw the women go through.